YouTube fan community, Lana Del Rey fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens, and we're here today to talk about Lana's first album, aka Lizzy Grant. Not officially released, well, kind of. So here's the background story. This album was in fact released on Amazon MP3 and iTunes back in the day, came out January 4th, 2010, but it was pulled about 3 months later. And as the story goes, there's a couple of rumors. One rumor was that the record label that put it out couldn't fund it, a record label called 5 Points Records couldn't fund the record to keep it like in production or something. And the other story is that basically while this came out, Lana got picked up with the major label for what was about to become Born to Die. And it sounds like that record label kind of wanted to put this one under the rug a little bit, just put this one back there and let Born to Die be like her first official release with her slightly altered image and her slightly altered new sound as well. But this album has definitely become a curio over the years, and it's been released on a bunch of different formats, from cassette tape to CD to vinyl records. Lana did buy back the rights to these songs shortly after this album came out, or shortly after Born to Die came out, and with some intent of putting this thing out eventually, officially. The only thing we ever got was a new version of Yayo, which is on the Paradise record. So this thing's never officially got like a real, actual release physically. They were going to press some CDs, but during this time, she was changing her name. She was going by Lizzy Grant on the Kill Kill EP, which first came out in 2008, which featured songs that got onto this album. And she was inspired by some friends hanging out one time, by Lana Turner, the actress, and seeing a Ford Del Rey car, and just kind of thought that the words Lana Del Rey, the name Lana Del Rey, sounded very glamorous and very Hollywood, and it's just kind of a direction she thought she could take. So there were records that came out as just Lizzy Grant, and I guess there were some that came out as just Lana Del Rey, also spelled with an EY instead of an AY. So the early stages of this album's life are confusing and hard to keep up with, but at the end of the day, we're here for the music itself, and this record is so much fun. These early Lana songs are fantastic because you get a taste of what it was like for her before the fame, before the major label, you know, having this vision of what she wanted to sound like and achieving it and really owning it. Nothing about this album sounds amateurish. Nothing about this sounds like unsure of itself. It's very confident, it's very smooth, and it's a heck of a lot of fun to listen to. It opens up with the song Kill Kill, and the gentle pain in her voice on this track is mesmerizing. The bouncy rhythm that kicks in with some really awesome Moog fills. That I'm in love with a dying man thing is this groovy, hypnotic chorus. It'll live in your head. A very chill song that makes incredible use of the minimal instrumentation. You know, the use of empty space creates an atmosphere and a mood and a vibe, and this song absolutely does that with flying colors. Almost Black Keys sounding, which is interesting because she would go on to work with Dan Auerbach for Ultraviolence. Queen of the Gas Station comes up next, and the build up to this chorus is energetic. The overall feel of the song is a little tense, with some longing thrown in to, I guess, maybe ease the anxiety. But I love how Lana's vocals can play, you know, sweet to confident to strained and hopeful. Very cool song, and again, love her storytelling. Oh Say Can You See comes up next, and Lana's whisper vocal plays so well with the gentle guitars on this track. It sounds a little 30s, a little 60s, and a little modern indie at that time, that late 2000s, that late aughts indie sound. A quaint little track that takes its time to grow, but it's a very beautiful listen because of that. Grandma comes up next, and this is a song about her grandma, and apparently when she was recording it, she had a picture of her out to look at for inspiration. I love the steady beat. The fuzzy guitars, the accordion bits kind of give this a slightly foreign feel, a very European kind of feel. Lana harmonizing with herself is so cool. Her voice works so well. A great song about advice and wisdom from grandma. You know, it's one of those, like, when you listen to people who have lived some life and you understand where they're coming from and understand that they're only going to tell you, they're only going to give you advice because they want to help you and they've like been through things before. And it's one of those things where you recognize the importance of someone who has lived life, and you're about to go through some similar things and getting some really good feedback. There's nothing better than that. 4K Part 2 comes up, and it's a really tender delivery from Lana on this one with some really anxious music. Lana eventually lets loose a few times, and that's really cool because the track itself kind of plods along, but it's a really fun kind of plotting, if you will. Jump comes up next. Really love the echoey guitars on this thing. The peppy drums, that jump, jump, jump kind of chorus. Could have been a big single back in the day. I love the fade out, but it's definitely got that feel where like it could have easily been mixed into like a college radio rotation at the time. And then Mermaid Motel, really groovy tom drums. I love the random splotches of energetic beats that are cutting in. Love the whispering vocals the whole time. Very interesting sort of collage type song. We start side two with Raise Me Up, and I love the charged up chugging rhythm on this thing with some really sludgy guitars, chimes, and an instantly memorable chorus. Just a great rock song. Something, again, that would have probably influenced her feeling on Ultraviolence. Pawn Shop Blues follows that up. Beautiful acoustic track that would work on the upcoming Lasso album, potentially. It's got a bit of a country feel to it. It's country inspired, I would say. But it's honest, it feels good, it's just a nice delivery. Cool song. Bright Lights comes up next, and I love her enunciation on this track. Really rhythm heavy track. That simple drum machine set up with the dancey guitars and the fluttering string swells. Very cool, again, kind of a minimal song, but she works really well in that song space where basically the instrumentation is there to keep the feel or the ambiance, and then she kind of soars above it to do her thing, creating a whole different texture, and that blend is fascinating. Put Me in a Movie follows that up next, and I love the drums on this track, moving from a military march to a 4/4 beat, that sparkle jump rope queen line. It's cool, it's chill energy on this song. Really dig it. Really a lot of fun. Smarty is the second to last track on this album, and I love the confident, dancey feel, the fun harmonies, the energy that doesn't stop, a super catchy chorus. And we end the record with Yayo, the original version that was redone for the Paradise record, but it's romantic. Lana's voice is just dripping in reverb, which sounds so cool. The strings are emotional. It was one of those songs that it was meant to be heard, and I'm glad it got redone for Paradise because it's one of those songs that, of anything on this album, this track in particular sounds like what was to become the Born to Die era of Lana Del Rey. There's a Hollywood-esque feel. There's a black and white movie kind of feel. There's a romance. There's a drama. Everything about this song has that old school storytelling, film noir kind of feel, and I really like that delivery. It's a very cool song. Here's the back cover. Very simple, just the tracks and what side they're on. That's it. The record itself is where the labels actually shake up a little bit of the imagery here. So side A has the record cover, and side B has an alternate picture from the record cover photo shoot. Lana's had an amazing career, an incredible career, and she's grown. Her albums have been just amazing to follow since she's come out back in the day, back since video games and all that stuff came out. And watching her transition from one album to another and just creating these new textures and these new stories and playing with her vocals like crazy has been awesome. She's such an incredible artist. And this next country record coming up, Lasso, I think is going to be a really interesting addition to her discography. But going back in time and hearing what she sounded like at this stage in her career and, just throwing everything out there, like this is what I have right now, this is what I'm making, this is what I'm all about in 2008, 2009, 2010. I love this album. I love the hunger that it has. I love the delivery that these songs have. The instrumentation works so well with each other. It's creative. It's fascinating at times. They do a great job of keeping up with her, but also letting her shine on top of this whole thing. They're not just overpowering her. The moments where they do swell basically just complement what she's doing vocally. And I really just love it. Simple as that. It's just a cool album. Obviously, it's available on YouTube, but you might find it at your local record store too. Easy 8 out of 10 for me. It's one of my favorite releases from her. I love these old tracks. I love her delivery, her storytelling. And just seeing what was to become Lana Del Rey, what was going to come next is very cool. So it's a little pre-Lana, if you will. So yeah, a lot of fun. So let me know what you think about this record in the comments below. I know there's a lot of Lana fans out there who know way more about her than I do. So you might have actual stories about some of these songs or how they were recorded or who was on these things. So let me know. Very happy to chat with you guys about it. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Giggens. This has been Lana Del Rey, aka Lizzy Grant, her unofficial, kind of official debut record. Let me know what you guys think about it as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.